Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, whether you're into cooking or not, there's no denying that Zola Nene is a foodie force to be reckoned with. In between heading up the food content on the Expresso Show, regularly cooking live in the morning, and occasionally popping up at food festivals around the country, Zola even found time to publish her very own cookbook, Simply Delicious. We're always thrilled to have her in the loft. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
Do you ever get tired of cooking? Do you ever not want to cook? Let's be honest.
I'm human too. So there are those days when I'm just, you know what, I don't want to make anything. So yes, it happens to all of us.
Do you have like a little guilty pleasure where you'll go and eat like random bad stuff?
I eat bad stuff all the time. I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure if you're guilty of it all the time. Yeah, no, I indulge very often.
How did it all start for you? Was little Zola obsessed with cooking? Did you always want to become a chef?
Well, you know what, I've always had an affinity to food. I didn't know that I wanted to be a chef. I don't think when I was growing up it was actually an option. So I never thought of it as a career choice. But I always loved cooking. So instead of going to the library to pick out reading books, I'd pick out the cook by picture books. So I've always wanted to sort of learn how to make different things, and my mom would let me play. So I've always loved food. I didn't know that I wanted to be a chef until much later on.
How? What happened then? When did you know that this was actually something you could make quite viable?
Well, you know, my dad actually said to me when I was sort of in limbo when I was studying at university, and I was like, you know what I'm studying isn't really for me. And he said to me, okay, so tell me what you love to do. And I was like, you know what, I really love to cook. And he was like, oh, okay, well, go and cook for a few years. Go overseas, cook, see if it is something that you really love to do and you'd want to do forever. So that's what I did. I went overseas. I worked in a brasserie as a chef.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, like, you know, not as a qualified chef. It was just like my first experience in a kitchen. And I worked my way up, and I ended up being chef de partie, and I did the pastry section and the hot veg section. And then after then I really did know that I definitely want to be a chef, and this is something I want to do forever because cooking is my life now. Then I came home and I enrolled in the Institute of Culinary Arts. And I studied for 3 years to be a chef.
Don't you think that makes a huge difference to somebody's success, that your family was very supportive and allowed you to follow through with your dreams? Because, I mean, there's a big difference between, you know, loving food and appreciating food like I do, but then having the ability to actually make it taste really good.
Absolutely. I mean, I am under no sort of disillusion that I was very fortunate to have the parents that I do. Because, I mean, in most instances, parents, if you tell them, you know, you're in the middle of your law degree and you're like, actually, never mind, they're like, oh, no, you stick with it. And my parents were just like, you know what, don't do anything you don't love for longer than you have to. And they encouraged me to just, you know, seek out my passion and do what I really love to do.
But that's such amazing advice. Like, I was very fortunate that my parents allowed me to go and basically run away and join the circus instead of, you know, doing what sounds good, like becoming an accountant or a lawyer
doctor,
or something like that.
Or, you know, a conventional career. So, no, very fortunate.
Now, I love spending time in the kitchen, but I'm terrible at it. Do you think anybody can cook, or do you have to have a gift?
No,
you have to have that skill?
I believe that every single person can cook. Nothing irks me more than when chefs are like, oh, no, you can't do it. It's just for me. No. Food is a commonality. Everybody needs to eat, therefore needs to know how to cook. And it is. It's a matter of practice. So if you teach someone something once, they're not going to get it straight away. But if they try it over and over again, of course, it becomes habit and you become a better cook. So, and you don't sell yourself short. I've seen Clem's taught you a lot of stuff.
Clem's taught me a lot. But I do sit at home and I invite people over and I sit on the phone with Clem on the phone while I'm trying to do something.
And he can teach you how to create something. So clearly it is for everyone.
No, exactly. Now, tell me, I want to know, do you enjoy, does a chef have to enjoy eating food? Do you have to have an understanding and the pleasure of food? Because I think that I want to be around chefs that dip into the pot and taste, and with clean hands, of course.
Listen, a chef's hands are always clean. That's the rule. But no, absolutely. I mean, imagine if you didn't enjoy food, yet you were trying to convince people that it's enjoyable. It wouldn't really gel together. So definitely, I think chefs should eat what they cook. Also, a chef should be able to cook things for people even though they don't eat them. So I don't eat bananas, but I will happily make you something banana. Yes, I may gag a few times because the smell upsets me. But yeah, I think it's definitely important to enjoy what you do and enjoy the stuff that you produce. Otherwise, how are you going to sort of share it with other people?
Exactly. Now, I travel so much and I travel alone a lot. So do you know the pleasure that it gives me and this nostalgic joy that I get when walking through an airport and I see Zola's Simply Delicious cookbook. I mean, how did that start? What a great book, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. You know, I think every chef sort of has the desire to bring out a cookbook, but it's never really something that you go, I will do it. It happened. And I'm so grateful that the opportunity arose. And when it did, I jumped head in first. Yeah, I'm really excited about the book. It's a piece of me. So I'm sharing a lot of stories in the book.
Take me through that. You've got little stories to each recipe. What a great idea.
Yeah, so every recipe in the book has a story accompanying it, sort of the reason why it's in the book. And the book is basically my journey through life, through my food. So it starts like at the very beginning when my grandmother used to, you know, let me sort of sit on the counter and help her do stuff. The things that my mom cooked for us as a family. Then obviously my palate evolved as I grew older and I experienced new things. Traveling obviously has a huge influence. Then going overseas and learning those skills, and then actually enrolling in chef school. Of course, then you learn technical, you know, skills, etc. So that all contributes to sort of molding you into the chef that you are today. And it all sort of goes through all the stages and the reason why the recipes are there and why I love them so much. And then it ends sort of with a chapter where this is who I am today and this is what I cook for my friends and my family.
But your recipes are also easy to follow. Like, I can understand what you're saying and what you want me to do. And if everyone at home doesn't have one of Zola's cookbooks, trust me, you have to go and get it because it really is ridiculously good. But for somebody who hasn't seen your cookbook yet, what kind of recipes can you find in there and what's your favourite one?
Okay, so all sorts. I mean, across the board. So beginner recipes, sweets, you know, savouries, roasts, all sorts. And you know, for me, in my book, the most encouraging compliment that people give me is like, wow, you make it look so easy. And then they get the book and they're like, I actually did it. It's really easy. And I'm like, that's it. Eureka, that's it. That's the point. So, yeah, all my recipes are very simple to understand, very simple to execute as well. As I said, there are some that are a little trickier, but, you know, second time around, third time around.
Try it out.
Absolutely, you'll get it right. So, yeah, and do I have a favourite? Okay, so I always answer this question exactly the same way. If you asked a parent with many children who their favourite child is...
I could have a favourite child, I'm sure.
Jeannie, you cannot say things like that. Spoken like somebody without kids. So, for me, for example, my recipes in my book are all my kids. So, I love them all for different reasons. So, I don't have a favourite. I love them all.
Okay, that's great. If you could cook for anyone in the world, who would it be? I'd want it to be me.
You, of course, first on the list.
No, really, who would you want to cook for?
You know what? My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, who actually taught me how to make things when I was young. She died before I was a chef, obviously, before I sort of got to where I am. So I'd love to sort of sit at a table with her and make her something. Do you know what I mean? Like fully make her something and have her appreciate something that I made with my two hands. So that would be, I mean, it's an honor.
No, you're going to make me cry. No, you're going to make me cry because if your grandmother had to see what an amazing woman you have grown into, she would be so proud that she taught you.
Cry. Stop.
No, you're amazing. I'm obsessed with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Really,
thank
you for being on the couch and best of luck with your cookbook. Everybody needs to have one. Now, Zola has literally poured time and love into building her successful career, which is equal measures of passion and dedication. Five Roses salutes your commitment to excellence. Really, I'm so proud of you. Now, we're giving away a fabulous Five Roses gift pack containing an assortment of their delicious teas. So, to stand a chance to win, simply SMS the keyword Five Roses and your name to 33650. SMSs are charged at R1.50 each. T's and C's do apply. And visit our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, for details. Join us again this time next week when we will be chatting to yet another exceptional South African woman. And until then, remember that nobody makes better tea than you and Five Roses.
Zola is so inspiring. We absolutely love her. We are 70 likes away from 50,000. Come on, guys. We know you can do it. If you haven't liked our page, go ahead and do it now. Now, every day leading up to the closing date to enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles, one of their celebs are sharing a beach preparation tip. Today, it's Anga Makubalo, a.k.a. Nak Music.
The Tropica Beach Preparation Guide. Being the beach with Knock Music. You should get into the beach headspace before you get there. Do whatever you need to do so that your brain will think you're already at the beach. You are beach.
Time is ticking away for you to be part of the Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles. You've got until midnight on the 30th of September to purchase a Tropica pack and enter by dialing *120*8767* and the last 4 digits of your barcode. Simply follow the prompts that are sent back to you and you're halfway to making your dream a reality. Now that you've entered the competition, show why you deserve to be your favorite celeb's teammate on the island at the auditions. They're happening at Suncoast in Durban on the 2nd of October, Shimmy Beach Club, Cape Town on the 4th of October, and at Gold Reef City Theme Park in Joburg on the 6th of October. Doors open at 10 a.m. and close at 4 p.m. and you must bring your valid passport or a copy of your audition, or of your ID rather. For all the T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za. Get ready for an adventure with Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles.
Tropica Island of Treasure is back. Are you ready to join South Africa's hottest celebrities in the Seychelles and become a TV star? Host Minnie Dlamini and Games Master Jonathan Boynton-Lee want you to be part of one of 7 smooth teams led by 7 celebrities that will compete on the tropical island of the Seychelles. Each team will strive to outdo the others to stand a chance of winning the ‹1 million rand grand prize. Which team will you choose? All you have to do is purchase a Tropica, follow the instructions on pack, visit tropica.co.za for more details.